Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on Farming Simulator 25. It's now October and that is the big month now this year for the harvesting, because most of our crops looks like they're going to be ready in October. So we've got a lot of fields to harvest. I'll just show you quickly on the map. We've got this soybean field, these two sunflower fields and this big soybean field here, which are all ready to harvest. That's a grass field, also ready. So yeah, we've got 4 harvestable fields to do today, or not, probably not all today, but we'll start them today. We'll start with the sunflowers, since we've just put the sunflower header on. We'll head down there and make a start on that. Combine could also do with some diesel, I think, so we probably should get that refueled before we start, and then we won't have to leave off and go and get that. This is a bit of a journey down to the fuel station, but we'll have to go there first, I think, just to make sure that we've got enough diesel to finish all the fields. And I think also October is a good month to be selling dairy products, so we're hopefully going to get the first of our dairy products sold today. We've got the goat's cheese and hopefully we've already got a pallet of buffalo mozzarella. I'm not sure whether we will have yet, but I'll have a look, and if we do, obviously we're going to get that sold, but if not, it'll have to wait until I think the next best price, or the best price is January, so if we don't sell it in October we can wait until January to sell it. But certainly October is one of the better months. It's the second best month, I think, so it's about the same price as January almost, so we'll get it sold today if it's available. But I already know we have got quite a lot of goat's cheese, so they will definitely be sold today, and bring in some much needed money to help fund future things, like possibly a bigger combine, because I'm starting to feel like this combine is a bit small for the amount of land we've got. A bigger combine would be useful. This one's not that old, it's only on 6 hours, but it is starting to look a bit on the small side for the amount of land that we've got, and a new combine would be nice, although it will also be very, very expensive, so we would certainly need to save up for that. But the way we've got money coming in now, it might not be that hard to get the money needed for a new combine. Let's just get this refilling. Yeah, I don't know, it's we'll have a look while we're filling up actually. There's nothing in the used sale, but we'll have a look at what combines are available and see if we can afford anything. So these John Deeres are tempting because these are quite cheap. These are mods, but they're quite reasonably priced actually. So we certainly could go one of them. That wouldn't be that hard actually. That would be very doable. We've currently got a John Deere anyway. We've got this one, I think. Is it this one? Yes, this is a mod as well. But yeah, that's actually more expensive and smaller. These ones are bigger, and well, certainly the base price is cheaper. It probably gets quite a lot more expensive if you go for these options though. But yeah, it's not too bad, but yeah, it's more expensive. But that's very tempting. Otherwise, if we go with the base game combine, probably looking about 400,000 for a bigger, like the Class Lexian size. So yeah, not cheap, but doable certainly. And if you go obviously really big ones, yeah, this is probably a little bit too big or too expensive, but yeah, that's quite a lot. But yeah, something around this sort of size would be a nice little upgrade. Maybe even one of these. Not sure really, we'll have to just see. But yeah, these are the most affordable ones. So potentially one of them. We're not even that far away from affording one of them if we sold our current combine. Okay, so we're refueled, causing traffic chaos as usual. We'll try and go around the back. This isn't our field, so we're not going to damage the crop if we drive on it. And we'll head over to the first sunflower field. I think what I'm going to do is harvest the first one myself, the smaller one, because that's not going to take too long. And then when that one's done, we'll move on to the bigger one and get the helper to do that one. That sounds like a plan, I think. So yeah, I'll get on with the first sunflower harvest field now. There we go, so that's the first sunflower field done. Now the helper's going to get this one done. It's quite a bit bigger, so it's going to take a while, so I think that's a good job that the helper's going to get that one done for me. I'm going to go on the tractor now and take this first load. I know it's not full, but I'm going to take the first load to the oil mill, because then that can get production started on the sunflower oil while we're getting the other one harvested, and it just gives us a bit of a head start really to make sure that as much as possible is all fermented or pressed or whatever they do to the oil, to get the oil production finished before the best price, so that we can sell it at its best price and hopefully sell all of it at the best possible price. So yeah, we're going to head down to the mill and get these sunflowers started in production. I think also, although I didn't really think about it at the time, but it was a good job I started with the sunflowers as well, because then it gives me more time as well to get them produced into oil. If we'd started with the soybeans, they would have just been sitting in the silo until spring and doing nothing. But because we've started with the sunflowers, it means that yeah, the actual production can start earlier. So yeah, good idea to start with the sunflowers, I think. But yeah, I think my next purchase might well be a combine, looking at how long it took to just do that small field, and we've got the bigger one to do, plus the two soybean fields, to do as well. So yeah, it's quite a lot of harvesting now, and that combine isn't really big enough. So I think I'm going to try and make my next big purchase the new combine. If we do go for one of the mod John Deere ones, it would actually be quite cheap, under 300,000, at least for the combine itself. Obviously the headers will be more expensive on top of that. Would need two new headers as well. But we are going to get quite a reasonable amount of money back for the old one, so we could probably do it fairly soon, maybe even after we've sold the dairy products, because we've almost got 100,000, and if say we get another, I don't know, 50 to 100,000 for the dairy products, I don't know what it will be, but somewhere around there, 50,000 maybe, that would be a big help. Right, here we are at the mill, and just looking over here, what have we got? Now these are double stacking, and I don't think I did that. That's interesting. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm sure I didn't double stack those. How could I have done? So that's strange. And these are what? Canola oil? Oh no, rice oil. It's the rice I see, yes. So maybe rice pallets stacked double, I don't know. Because yeah, the canola ones are green, these are all canola. But the rice ones, these are the rice ones, the brown coloured ones, they're double stacking, which is strange, but that's helpful because it means we can fit more in. It's a shame they don't all double stack really, or even triple stack. We'd have a lot more space. I think there was certainly a mod in FS22 to get that done. I don't know whether it's available yet in FS25, I haven't checked, but it wasn't last time I checked anyway. Right, so we'll start this production now. Let's have a look at the productions, oil mill and sunflower oil. We'll activate that. It's on storing, so that will be going. We've already got 12,000 litres in. And that's just from the small fields. We've got over 12,000 litres from the small field. We'll get at least double that, if not maybe even triple that for the big field. So that'll be excellent. The canola oil production is still running. That's good. Rice, long grain rice, there we go, it's still running as well, yeah, that's good. So all going well here. When is the best month to sell the long grain rice oil? Let's check that, because I've never sold that before. What will that be under? Looking at long grain. It might be in rice oil. Rice oil, there we go. Must be that one. So June, oh dear. So we're going to be waiting a while to sell that. That's a shame, but that's not the end of the world because we've still got all the canola oil to sell before that. That canola oil will be sold in November, I think. Very soon we'll be selling this canola oil. That'd be brilliant. Huge income from that. And the sunflower oil will be sold in February. So again, not too far away. But the rice oil, yeah, that's going to be a while. Okay, so we'll head back again to the field, see how the combine's getting on, probably get it unloaded, and then I think we will go down to the dairy and start loading up some dairy products. So I'm going to head back down to the field now.
lucid dreams. Oh yeah. Wait, you gotta tell me what you did. I saw the world turning in my mind. Oh, yesterday you pulled the rug under my feet. Still I'm trying to wake me up. What if I'm making it all up? You're bringing me higher and higher in every way. Yeah. And all of my doubts, I can feel them, they're fading away. Oh, you're like a fantasy.
That's the last of the goat's cheese loaded up, so we've not got too much, but it's still a decent amount, hopefully, for some decent money. You will have noticed I also put this pallet of rice saplings on because we don't need that anymore, so I might as well get that sold. It's not worth a lot, but I'm just sick of seeing it in the yard really, so we're going to just get rid of it and get a small amount of money for that. So we'll get the forklift back on the trailer and strap the pallets down, and we'll head off to the sell point. Also, it doesn't look like there is any buffalo mozzarella yet. We've only sort of half loaded. If we're getting 1,000 litres in a pallet, we're almost at 500, so it's going to be another day. I would have thought at this rate it seems to be going quite slow, so yeah, we're not going to get that today, unfortunately, but that's fine. We can get it sold in January when the price will be at its best anyway, so that's good. Right, forklift's on board. Best price for the goat's cheese is at the restaurant. That's not too far away. That's just up the hill. It's quite a narrow road there, so I might struggle a bit with this size of vehicle. And the other thing is the rice saplings, which are best priced at the warehouse, which is nowhere near the restaurant, so that's a bit of a pain. But we'll go and get that sold as well. So let's head off up to the restaurant, up these narrow and steep roads. Hopefully not get stuck, and see how much we can get for our first load of dairy products. Here we are back at the yard. So we got the dairy products sold, not quite as much as I was hoping for, but still pretty good. It was just under 50,000, it was about 45,000 there, so not terrible. Obviously the saplings pallet was awful, £250 I think, but yeah, it was just getting rid of it really, because it's just been sat there for most of the series, so I thought it would be a good time to get rid of it. Did you just notice in the contract there is a harvesting contract in the field next to the one we're doing for soybeans, which is always worth doing. It's paying 33,000. It's going to take a while, but we're going to borrow the items, and I think that'll be worth doing, because whatever's left over, which should be hopefully quite a lot, we'll be able to sell in the spring. So that'll be an extra bonus for the contract. So let's jump on this combine. It's also an opportunity to try out a different combine. This is quite an impressive combine as well. So this is a potential one we could maybe buy in the future. So it's one of these ones with the header that unfolds, which I like. It's a lot easier than putting them on the trailer and messing about like that. So that's good. Not that we're going far with it, because yeah, we're only going here. Here is the field. So we'll get the combine unfolded. I like that it says case on the top. That's quite clever. So people flying over the top can see what sort of combine it is. Okay, so let's start that up. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do this myself or just get the help to do it. I'll probably start it myself. We'll do the headlands. Let's get the steering assistance on. Also, I don't know whether this is going to be finished today. This is just a long-term contract really. which will probably, once we get the help to start on it, we'll just get the help to just continue with this, and it'll be going in the background as we get our own soybeans harvested, because we are close to finishing our sunflower harvest now. We've got that one field, let's have a look over there. Yeah, it's probably about 3/4 complete now, so just about a quarter of the field left to do, and that will need to be going to the oil mill as well to be processed into sunflower oil. And these soybeans will be going mostly to be sold because it's a contract, but whatever is left over at the end of the contract we get to keep, which is always a good thing. So I'm going to get on with this for a bit, this harvesting contract. Let's have a quick look inside just to show you the interior. Pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to get on with this now on a time lapse for a bit. Well, I'm not too sure what the combine is doing. This new health system, it can be really good, but it can also be absolutely ridiculous, and unfortunately on this occasion it is being absolutely ridiculous. I just set it off, I did the headland myself and just set it off doing what I thought was going to go up and down the field, and it has decided to drive through the field for a start for some reason, then go and drive straight into where I parked this lorry, then go up the field without harvesting anything, and now it's driving back down the field without harvesting anything. I'm very confused. So it's just wasted about 10 minutes of just driving around doing nothing. Hopefully now it's sorted itself out. It seems to have stopped. I'm hoping it's going to have sorted itself out. Now it's unloaded. No, it's going to drive into me. What's it going to do? Is it unloaded? Yeah, it's unloaded. Now it's reversing back again. Now all it has to do is just continue where I set it off, like in the old worker system. That was one good thing about the old worker system, is that you just pressed H to start the helper, and it just continued. It just drove from where it was most of the time. This new one is good if you start it off from scratch, but the problems seem to come when you sort of do a bit yourself, like I just did, and then get the helper to take over. It doesn't like that. That seems to be where the problem tends to come from. But now it is, I think, sorted itself out. I think it's going to just continue, hopefully. But yeah, it seems to get really confused when you start the job yourself and then get the helper to take over. I don't know why, but at least now it seems to be going. So hopefully we can just let it get on with it now, and I won't touch it again. We'll just get on with that harvesting, and we will eventually take all of this grain to be sold and get to keep whatever is left over. So yeah, we'll let that get on with its thing now, and you will have seen there we've just finished the sunflower harvest. So here we are with a almost full trailer load. We've got 31,700 litres off this field, and we've got 12,200 litres off this smaller field. So that has been pretty good. and this all needs to go to the oil mill, so that's where we're going to head now and deliver this last load of sunflowers. I'm predicting some good profits in February or March, whenever it is, when we sell this oil from the sunflowers. That should be pretty good. And of course we have got a massive amount of money coming in very soon from the canola oil. We've got absolutely loads of canola oil to get loaded up, so that's going to be a very big job loading all those pallets. But we're going to be doing that fairly soon in the next few episodes, because yeah, I think the best price for from canola oil is November, I think. So yeah, that's coming up very soon, next month. Although I have got time on quite slow at the moment, because I know how much harvesting we've got to do, and I don't want the weather to be too bad in November, so I'm trying to get it all done while the sun's out in October. Because the last thing I want is to skip through October, not finish all the harvesting, and then obviously not be able to harvest in November if it's raining. That would be terrible. So yeah, the plan is to try and get it all done this month on a slower time setting. And obviously we've got this contract to finish as well, which we have to keep time on slow to do that, otherwise if the contract time runs out we won't be able to finish it, which would be bad. Okay, we're in a queue now at the traffic lights. So I will leave you here. I'll get on with tipping this and drive this back to the field, and then probably get the combine set up to go into the soybeans. Well, I'm just wondering whether if we sold our current combine, we don't need the corn header anymore, because we'll probably be getting a new combine before we need that again anyway. So we could sell that now. We can afford to repaint that as well. Although weirdly, I don't know what's going on here. It doesn't seem to be charging me for things. I don't know why. But that's worth 37,000, so we'll sell that, because we'll be getting a bigger one with a new combine anyway. And then the combine itself is worth 144,000 if we repaired that. Although yeah, like I said, I don't know why it's not charging. I haven't got a mod on that's stopping that happening, so I don't know why it's not charging me for the repairs and stuff, but it's worth 207,000 now. So if we sold that and the other header and the header trailer, we should be able to afford to buy a big combine, I think. So that is probably what we're going to do, but that might be next time because there isn't really enough time to start getting into that now. But I think next time we should probably sell this and then harvest the other fields with a new combine, with a bigger combine. It'd take a lot less time then, which would be better. Just last thing today, we're going to finish off by unloading this combine on the contract, and then that will be empty, and then continue next time on its own for a bit. This is slow. Got my foot to the floor here and it's going really slow. Right, there we go. So let's get this unloaded, and then that combine can continue and get this fill finished. It's actually not taking too long. It's pretty quick with this size of combine. I don't think ours will be quite as big as this, probably, but we'll see. We'll see what we can afford. But yeah, that'll be probably the plan for next time, is to buy a new combine, sell the old one. So I think we have got to the stage now where the fields are big enough that a new combine would be quite beneficial. So that's the plan, I think, for next episode. But I think we'll leave this one here today. So I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.